Hello. Well, it's good to be back, and it's good to have all of you back on your favorite talk program, TALKSHOP, where we tell it like it is. You kind of prepare like it is, and let the chips fall where they may. Also, we say this all the time, folks. Truth crashed to earth shall rise again. And you'll be witnessing gradually as we get along, certain truth which has been crushed will start coming up. Okay. And again, to the apostles of Jandam, you will never quit. And I'm glad you never quit, because the more you don't quit, the more I have guts to make sure I suffocate your Jandam and lies with the truth. And the final question before we kick the show in is, what time is it? And your answer, as usual, it's nation time, man. It's time to build this nation, and we will build this nation. Trust me. And I always say this. Every time I mention nation building, I said, but understand, all of you who are in love with nation building, understand that just opposite, across from you, are nation wreckers. Nation wreckers are those people who want to wreck the nation for whatever reason. The main reason being that their party is not in power. So, and the nation should all burn. Yes, but they are there. So when we talk about nation building, be aware that they are also around and existing. Anyway, today, for every time we've been promising you that we are putting the petition out for people to sign online regarding Atuisi's freedom. Finally, my dear friends, finally, the petition is out. And the link is at the comment section. Check the link right now and sign the petition, folks. We want you to sign as many times, get many people to sign this petition, because he deserves the freedom. And I know that I always say the truth crashed to earth shall rise again. And you watch certain truths that have been crashed to earth regarding this case, they will all rise again for all of us to see. But in the meantime, in between time, please click on the link. It's right in the comments segment. Click on the link and sign. Sign. So we've been telling me that you want to sign now the petition is out. So please click on the link and sign. Okay, folks. Now, having said that, what do I want to talk about today, folks? And something very, very brief. But it's something that is important for all of us to understand. That if we are really interested in building this Ghana, which we will, and there's so many things we have to do, Charlie. There's so many things that, Charlie, once when I think about it, I say, but the thing is, we are saying that we have the vim to make sure that we do what is necessary to do to raise this country. Because the saddest thing for me sometimes when I hear, let's say when Trump came and Trump says, you Ghanaians, we say I'll deport you, and the Ghanaians are panicking. It is very sad when they can use your own country to threaten you. So it looks funny, but it is tragic. To have a white person look in your face and say, whoa, we are rough, we punish you. And for what is the punishment? And then right away you start begging, oh man. We want to build Ghana to the point that the person who threatens you that he will take you to your hometown, to your country, they will be running to come here. So I never say build a Ghana. And this nation, I swear to God, will rise to that level. I'm telling you. I know what I know, I know what I see, I know what I feel. And in the very, very, very near future, nobody can threaten Ghana and say, I'll deport you to go to Ghana and let the Ghanaian beg. We are going to get to the point where you don't even want to go anywhere in the first place. It's not going to be tomorrow, I beg. It takes time, but we are working on getting to that point, and we will. Having said all of that, the painful thing is this, folks. The closer I look at Ghana, the more I realize that the greatest enemy we have in this country is the way we practice our democracy and our multi-party system. To be so ingrained and so sycophantic in thinking in a particular partisan way that you're willing that this country should go to hell. Charlie, it's painful. But here's the thing, whatever you do, those people will be there. I'm going to talk about a few people who are there right now. And it's sad. It's sad for one main reason. Because honestly, those characters together give the NPP a very bad name. Because I know for sure that there are plenty NPP people who are thinking right, who do not necessarily conform to some of the thinking that is out there from these lunatic sycophants. Because we cannot build any country with lunatic sycophants, whether it's NDC, NPP, whatever. Lunatics, they are one track mind. They are called the hawks. They are looking for radical, non-thinking things. But the moderates keep an open mind. The moderates think. And there are moderates in the NPP, there are moderates in the NDC, there are moderates in every party. And trust me, it will take the moderates to let any country rise. The hawks, forget about the hawks, man. But let me come back to this case. Shall I imagine where we are as a country? And I've asked this question before. If Ghana becomes a prosperous country, like we all want it to. You heard the story about the sad doctor that died just a few days ago. My deepest condolences to that doctor, a doctor who was working with the Konfanochi Teaching Hospital, who has saved many, many, many lives. They'll call him odd hours. He was an emergency doctor, emergency room. Do you know how many lives you save as an emergency doctor? Because emergency be about accidents, heart attacks, whatever. Every emergency, they rush them to the emergency doctors. You have no idea how many lives this doctor has saved. And the sad, sad, sad issue is this. He died because he had cardiac arrest. And the particular equipment that they needed, the whole of Konfanochi Hospital, they didn't have it. I guess they don't have it in Kumasi. And for that matter, possibly half the Ashanti region. He died on his way to UGMC in Accra. Imagine it, folks. Pacho, think about this, that we have a country that have hospitals. Konfanochi is like the biggest hospital in the Ashanti region. Can you imagine? And that hospital lacked that one equipment that could have saved a doctor who has saved lives. My goodness. May he rest in peace. We killed him. The system killed this man. Pacho, to his family and everybody, our condolences. But this is what I'm saying. These are some of the lapses that a country like Ghana should understand that we don't need to have. We should have them fixed. I sent tour and say for Kumasi, UGMC. It is crazy. When you have a medical emergency, they have to put you in a plane and fly you from Kumasi or wherever you are to come to Accra so you can go to UGMC, the one hospital that has that equipment. Please, this is crazy. And when we sit here and we talk, all we are saying is that no, this is not working. We need to get to a place where every damn hospital in the country will be equipped. And this man is a big news because we know him. Or a doctor. He saves lives. So we know him. Can you imagine the number of people who have died from the same problem? We don't even hear about it all. And the issue, it's not in the news, it's nowhere. As I speak, there are people who have died from that thing. It is not an issue because that's the country we live in. We haven't evolved to the point where people's senses are growing. We don't have the equipment. Folks, they make and say, so fine. If we have any government to come in, we have to put the pressure on governments. Actually, do all you can to build the hospitals that don't care only for the rich and the uppity, but that can take care of those who are marginalized. I'm telling you, we have some major, amazing equipment in Ghana here and things, but the cost, those who are marginalized, they have nowhere near to go. But let me put that on the side. Doctor, please rest in peace. I just used an example. But let me put it on the side. And the main thing I'm talking about this is, so what if we have a government? Any party has come into power that is determined to build the country so that we don't have any of these unfortunate hitches. Doyan said, they are building the country. We are building the country so we can say that Ghana is now proud. We have an excellent medical center. We have an excellent this. We have that. So Ghana is now proud. And if anybody within Ghana would say, me, I'm not proud. I hate it. I actually pray that the government should fail. Yes, it is one of the most idiotic, senseless statements that anyone can make, and it borders on lunacy. The whole MP, what's his name? I think is it Eugene Boache. The whole MP can open your mouth. An intelligent man, supposedly an intelligent person who has run for office and people have voted for the person, say, Charlie, wouldn't you Judy because who can you say? We Judy because one being, we need Judy, so we believe in you, so we vote for you. And that alone, your victory is a sign that hopefully you have some wisdom. Otherwise, who vote for somebody who is unwise? So why then do you become an MP and just show the world proudly how unwise you are? To make a statement that you pray for the failure of the government, so they should fail. So that what? Oh, so that we too can come to power. Do you have a wife? You have children and family? And one of them is so sick and basic things there's no hospital that can handle, so you lose your wife or your children or yourself or something, and you're happy? I'm sorry, I have to really calm down because certain things irritate me to no end. You're praying for the Muhammad to fail so that you can come into power? Just listen to his wisdom. Listen to the wisdom.
I want him to fail. I want my party to win the 2028 election.
So you want him to fail?
I want I don't want Muhammad to succeed as in succeeding, but I want my party to win.
Folks, Massa, MP, you were in power for 8 years. You are in power. And that didn't happen. If you had any bit of intelligence, which I hope after this show you will get, you would rather be saying, Charlie, if it is Muhammad in power or whoever it is in power now, let us make sure that we build this country to the extent where humanly we can say, we have made some accomplishments. But you cannot say that I pray for the failure of Muhammad so that we can come into power. That is senseless. That is petty. I'm sorry. That is immature. It's just a mark of somebody who has not evolved. We need evolution. Evolution is every hour, every second. I'm telling you, every degree of a microsecond. Why do you need? You are thinking, you're becoming smarter because you are learning and you become a better person. That means you are evolving. If you are in power for 8 years and after power, somebody else has come into power, say, I'm praying that you fail so that we can come to power again. What did you do in the 8 years? As I say, people have come and they are dismantling the great things you did, so you want them to go away so that you can continue with your great things. But that's not what we're talking about. Folks, so Mr. MP, this is a nation-wrecking ideology. This ideology does not favor nation building. It is wrecking. Folks, let's tell it like it is. And let the chips fall where they may. I do not think that any intelligent thinking person will be praying for failure of government. So more people should die on the roads, in the hospital, everywhere. Failure, oh my goodness. And you actually pray for that. You know something? Look, if you're sitting down with your friends, you're having your BSB one by one, you're confiding in your friend though, quietly. I don't care, Mahama feels so. NPP must come back to power. Hey, power. Now do it. Privately, I don't care. But when you are intelligent enough to say it publicly that I'm praying for the government to fail so that we can come to power, I'm sorry. It shows that you didn't evolve. And that's why I'm saying some of you. Because don't kid around, crowd. I have strong friends in the NPP, and we talk a lot. And I know that at least me now for no. If it's just my friends, I'm from the side. But the friends that I deal with, they don't talk crap like let somebody let them fail. You know, there's this lady. What is her name? Something Quinn. I think she's on UTV. She also speaks for the NPP. And the very, very intelligent thing she said too was that even the city that is appreciating that I believe the whole country is happy, she says, it's nothing spectacular. Because if it had appreciated under the NPP, Ghanaians would have enjoyed it more.
If we had one power, Ghana for to abandon the Mayani Baya. Can you move crack over who the chance?
Oh my God. Queen, what should I say about that comment? Other than it was very brilliant. It was a very, very highly intelligent statement that I'm sure you sat down and thought deeply about it. And after you thought deeply about it, in your eternal wisdom, you decided to come and say, even the appreciating citizens appreciating Crown, NPP would have let us enjoy the benefits of the appreciation better. Why make these statements? Charlie, I don't care that you are campaigning for your party and you want to come back to power. Fine, it is your right and prerogative of being in that party. So party, why you want it back? You want to campaign for it, but do it intelligently. Oh. Do it intelligently so that when I'm listening to you, I'm going to say, Charlie, this woman, she's right. Oh. This is how the NPP would have handled the appreciation. Come better. Mamasa, we have suffered paying $1 to $1, 17 Ghana cedis. We have cried and cried and cried, especially the business community. Especially the business community who are involved in imports, parts and things. They were crying. It is painful. It kills business. Now, this thing is showing signs of growth. I would say growth in cry is not impressive because if we were in power, we would have seen it better. Haven't you been in power? And were you not in power for 8 years? If I were you, that's not the tip I'm before. I've taken another tip to get to people's attention and their thinking in another way. Say, hey, Charlie, power. That's the approach I will think about before I open my mouth. But I don't open my mouth and say something that is so ridiculous that even my granddaughter, who's 2 years old, will say, granddad, where they say, encourage. Massa, stop. And the last person, my good old friend Richard Hiango, the appreciation cry is no big deal. That's not what Ghanaians want. That is not what Ghanaians want. That is what Richard Ahiambo said. Even the appreciation of the city, no big deal. Yeah, that is not what Ghanaians want. Just listen to this bit.
What Ghana needs now is not celebration of strengthening city.
Okay.
That is not what Ghanaians want. Richard Ahiambo. Then please go and tell the presidential candidate who represented the NPP, Mr. President, you made a mistake. That's not what Ghanaians want. Richard Ahiambo. So we're a spokesperson. So I believe you're very close with His Excellency Nana. You can talk to him being a spokesperson. I think so. I want you to call him now and tell Nana, you cry, you made a mistake. Oh. Remember you were fighting for the city to appreciate. Do you remember Nana was complaining that the city aya hata hata.
City naya hata. I want in the enemy.
Do you understand that? It didn't have value. That's what he was explaining by saying there was no value. And so to get value, what did he do? He said, I'm going to bring somebody who is a guru in economic terms, who can come and tame the dollar. And that is the reason he introduced the Vice President, Dr. Bawumia.
$1, 1 CD. In the time of Mills and Mahama, 2 CDs, $1. If I was them, I would say to the people of Ghana, I'm sorry. We are sorry for the poor work we have done. We're going to go and think about ourselves. In Kufuor's time, one of the people who advised and helped him develop a strong CD was my running mate, Muhammadu Bawumia. Then he was Deputy Governor of the Bank of Ghana. It's one of the reasons I brought him to come and join me, that we will work on the CD and create again a strong CD that will be able to allow us to develop our economy and allow our traders and our work to be able to develop.
And he came to and said, I will work on this CD. I will hold it and stop it from rising. I will hold it. I want to keep it. I want to appreciate it. Bawumia said, I'll hold it and keep it from rising. I've put it in, for instance, IGP office, police station, wherever. I've arrested it.
And you have seen a stability return to the exchange rate. In fact, for the year, the city has appreciated in value. When we came in, it was running. Essentially, we have arrested it. and the IGP has the keys. He's locked it up. We've arrested it.
So I hear about one of your assignments I'm giving you to, after you call the president, told him, oh, Charlie, the thing cries not about the city appreciating. When you finish, then you call Bawumia and tell him the same thing. Dr. Bawumia, oh, you all got it wrong. It's not about the city appreciating. Master Charlie, Jesus, Holy Christ. And the sad thing is this. It is possible that if it was the NPP in power that were making significant accomplishments. This is a sad thing. Oh. If it was the NPP in power and it was making significant accomplishments, maybe some hawks in the NDC too would have gone all the way they could to describe, say, what is this hawkish and maybe idiotic mentality that you can't see the truth of what is it and appreciate it? What is it that scares you about appreciating the truth, Richard? Because yeah, Charlie, it's true. The city has appreciated. Let's acknowledge that. What scares you? What makes you go all the way into thinking, say, it's not even what we want? Hey, when your whole presidential candidate campaigned that we want the CD, $1. Is that okay? $1, 1 CD. Is that okay? And if under Muhammad has come from 17 to 10 something, oh, that's not what we want. Oh man, Munyasa is starting to bore me, you know. And the guy who said he's praying for failure, I don't know you, boss, but I can almost say with certainty that you don't own any private business. If you own a private business, then maybe it is shady. But if you're telling me that you own a private business, registered business, paying taxes, and doing the legal things that it takes a private business to get into to succeed, nobody in that position will pray that any government will fail. You can hate the ideology of the government and say, me them party way, ideology way, but trust me, if you're a businessman and that government is putting in things down to improve the fundamentals of the economy for which your company will benefit, you can say, oh, me, I don't like them, but Charlie, I have to give it to them. They are doing well. That's what you say. Oh, I don't like them. I have to give it to them. They are doing well. But to open your mouth and say, I'm praying for failure. Maybe you don't know what the failed government is. A failed government is a government that is reckless. There's no direction. Business cannot grow. There's no predictability. It is that's a failed government. If that is what you are praying for, then I can say with certainty, say, run a business there. Master, running businesses, all we want is a great environment to work in. We may not like this party or like that party or whatever, but that's all secondary and very, very, very not substantial. If you're running a business, trust me, anybody running a business wants an environment that is conducive to the growth of that business. Once I see business, you spend so much money, the business has climbed to a certain level because the conducive environment is helping it climb. You will be happy. And if at that time somebody tells you, Charlie, I want the government to feel this, hey, Charlie, I don't feel the same. Not maybe they fail you there, make them do what they have to do. And then when the NPP comes in, also beat them, cry, say, then this took you here and you thought that was all, we will take you here. That is where the spirit should be. That no matter what you think that the NPP is doing at what level, if we are given the opportunity to come back, we will triple the level and go here. But don't say they are here, but we don't even need it, so they should be down here. They should feel. Please, I think I don't have. My friends, the point is this: no patriotic thinking person will think in those terms. I know they say patriotism, the word doesn't even exist. Patriotism, anything you should be something you bit me loot and chop. Everything should be something that we should be able to loot and chop. If you can't loot and chop it, it doesn't exist. Patriotism, but I'm telling you, that is what Ghana needs now. We need patriots and nationalists to put this nation together. We need them. And I don't think any patriot or any nationalist, don't you call yourself from the New Patriotic Party? What? The name of your party is the New Patriotic Party. That's the name of the party. How can any patriot, under any circumstance, pray for the failure of a particular government? That is not patriotism. And I don't know what that is. But trust me, whatever you think it is not good ideology and thinking for an NPP person. It won't help you and it won't help your party. Straight up. Okay, I'm done with the comments I wanted to make on nation-wrecking ideology. But I also have an advice for my good friend, the Foreign Minister, Kujeto. I have to beg you up, man. Where you be? 24-hour passports and how passports are fixed in a certain length of time and everything. It is great, and I appreciate it. But Mr. Ablakwa, please, you are now a foreign minister. And what I want you to understand is this. This is not from me. Michelle Obama said it, and it has become my anthem. When they go low, you go high. Ablakwa, try that and you see the impact that will add to your value as a foreign minister. Why am I saying all of this? This American correspondent who made some statements about how Ghana owed some money, and I think he was talking about zipline, and I think in his statement he gave an indirect chook that while we are making trips to go to China, why don't we come and pay them what we owe them? Let me say this, it was a chook. I understand. But Honorable Minister, this is what makes you stand out as a minister. You know it's a chook, and you know he is in the gutter giving you that chook. But Mr. Minister, please, when they go low, you go high. And I'm sure you know me. I understand perfectly what you're talking about. But I'm saying the communication misfired. Because you know what? You came out as an angry foreign minister. An angry foreign minister will not sit down for anybody to come and talk whatever they want to control Ghana's sovereignty, blah, blah, blah. Thank you. But let me tell you this. That is not what makes Ghana sovereign. No. It is our deeds and the dedicated steps you are taking. All I'm saying is this, Mr. Kujetu. I would have advised you in responding to that man. Tell him nicely, Upokra, with a smile. So listen, Congressman, this is a new administration, and we have inherited many setbacks from the last administration that we are fixing. Tell him that. That is, Mr. You know that we just came and we have inherited certain things that we are fixing. One of the things you are complaining about is one of those things that we have inherited, and we need to take time. And trust me, our new president is focused, our new president is dynamic, and take my word that we are putting things together, and once we are done, trust me, Ghana will pay. That's what you have told them all. And one no. We are new, we inherited certain things, and unfortunately, some of the things you're talking about are part of some of the things we inherited. But trust me, we have a new president, and this administration is bent on working on it. It may take slightly longer than we want, but trust me, you are still on the radar, and we will fix this problem. Okay, China. They tell him, by the way, the reference to China was very unfortunate. And you tell him. Okay, I said, oh, by the way, your reference you made to Ghana and China, I thought it was very, very unfortunate. But be that as it may, the problem that you have raised about our non-payment, trust me, we are working on it, and it will be done. And you know, this even, I think, invoking, this is Kwame Nkrumah's Ghana. I'm telling you, you went a bit overboard. Know people will say, okay, KSM, shut up, but what he was saying was true. We'll be able to fire so. I am saying I don't suppose we'll be able to fire so. I'm saying simply this. So a fire so, and he's sinking in the gutter to talk what he thinks he's talking. Be above him. When they go low, you go high. Give him that response. You have just inherited it. We're working on it. You're on our radar. We'll definitely take your problem. And it's very, very unfortunate that you make that reference to China. Anyway, folks, this is KSM. That's all I have. Is my mouth and, of course, my brain. So as much as I can use it, I will. But trust me, to all the MPs who are talking that kind of talk, I don't even have to repeat it. I'm sorry you think that way. You'll be angry with me now. You can curse me out. You can say anything you want. But at the end of the day, when you go and sit down quietly and you think and think and think and think, I promise you can say, hey, actually, KSM was right. I'm in friend. And you feel free to call me. But there are more advice, free. Me charge. Feel free to call me. But folks, don't go that way. Americans call something reaching for straws. Say, whatever I think, I should find something wrong to say. stop reaching for straws. Let's focus. And on this note, let me say this, that let us keep working to build this country. Let us avoid the sudden, tragic, painful deaths of people because the country has not built itself to where we can control that. That is where we want to go to, and that is where we will get to. But before I go, don't forget that finally the petition is out there and is right there in the comment section. So click the link and sign. I want to come here next week and say I'm very, very happy that I've got over 100,000 signatures, if not more. Please sign, please sign, please sign. The link is there. And at the end of the day, all I can say before I leave is what I say every time before I leave. Our faith shall still, this country, no matter what, shall rise again.